I'm going to show you how to create a histogram in Excel. It's a little bit of work, so likely you'll probably use StatCrunch to do this because it's quite quicker. Just put it in there and you get this information. But basically what we want to do is we have these classes, right? And it says the class size is 0.50. So I have to start at 0, it says, and then go 0.50. I don't go to 0.50 like that. I go to 0.49 because then the next one is going to be 0.50 to 0.99. The class width is always from the lower to the lower. All right, and then basically the frequency is how many there are. And so you can hand count them. I think there's 4 if you count all those out. And I got it right. And then you go on and you do the rest. All right, but what we can do is copy and click this, and then we can paste it into Excel here. All right, and then what I like to do is also sort the data since it doesn't matter. So I just go to Data and Sort, this A to Z. There it's in order. All right, and then what I have here is I have the bins or the classes. Let's make these the classes, or bin size basically, and then I'm going to put in there from 0 to 0.49 from, I have them just the top of the class, but let's put the bottom class in there too. And to do that, so that we know we want text, you do apostrophe. That's how you always want to do it, and then you go 0 to 0.4 or 0.49. That keeps everything in. It doesn't do any kind of addition or subtraction or a function. And then do 0.50 to, let's do 0.50 to 0.99 like that. And now I can pause it and continue it down. All right, I got all the way down to 4.49. Why go that far? Well, because on my last one, and since I have it in order, I know how far to go. All right, so those are the classes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to find out how many are between each of those. This can be challenging. You can count them all by hand, go through here, now they have them in order, you can count them, but also we can use a function called COUNTIF. So equals COUNTIF, and I take the range, and now what I want to count is if they're less than 0.50, right? The top of the next range. Oops, I need quotations around both of it, like that. Less than 0.50. All right, there's 4 of them. Then I go to do the next one. I go COUNTIF, the range again, and now I do quotations less than 1, but I don't want to do just less than 1. Okay? The reason why I don't want to do just less than 1, because less than 1 includes everything, includes these 4 as well. Right? So if I do less than 1, I want to erase those out. So I'm going to have to go minus the one before it here. And then there we go. Now I continue this. It gets a little trickier as you go though as well. COUNTIF, again that same range. Now there's different ways to do it. You can count in between, there's another count feature, but I'm going to try it this way. Less than 1.50. Okay. Yeah, I messed up a little bit here. I didn't end with my quotations. Less than 1.50 quotations. Now I got to take these two off. I can't just subtract. I can subtract them individually or the sum of them, but I can subtract that one and then subtract that one like that. Okay, so you can keep on doing that, subtracting the ones before it off. Or another feature here is the count between, right? Between 1.50 and 1.99. So we can go like this. So basically we can do it in one by just using 2 COUNTIF commands. So COUNTIF, the range, less than, what do we got here? 2. Okay, that's less than 2, right? But now I want to take all these off. So now I'm going to go less than 1.50. Subtract that. Minus COUNTIF, same range, is less than 1.50. That's the everything less than 1.50, right? All these numbers. Hit enter, and there we have 5. So that one basically took and it just counts between 1.50 and up to 2, but not including 2. You want to go one high, you want to go to the top, you want to go from here to here. And you can continue that down. You can see that's a little time consuming, and I'll continue it down. But if you can think of other faster ways to shortcut this process, like copying, pasting, or pulling and dragging and changing, then you can do that. But I'll pause it. All right, I did it through. Basically, I started copying, pasting the function, and just changing the numbers, less than this one to less than that one, etc. All right, then I'm going to put in the frequency here, the name, and now I like to make sure I did it right. Hopefully, just to confirm it. So I'm going to add these up because of the total number of items in 30, and then I can do the same thing here. But again, you have to count them. Count A. That means, or just count. Basically, here counts if there's a number in it. Count A counts about if there's something in there. You can use that as well. There's 30. There we go. So there's 30 in there. So I know I have used them all. So that's probably right. All right, now let's create our histogram. Basically, it's the same thing as creating a chart here. You highlight the values that you want, insert a column, and then bar chart. Okay. Oops, I moved it. I didn't want to move it. There. Grab this. Now it's not a histogram, right? Because histogram doesn't have the spaces in between there, but all we have to do is format that. So I'm going to click up here and right click and then format the data series. And I'm just going to change the gap width to 0. And then close that. And there we go. Now we have a histogram and you can see the distribution correctly here. So there are some steps to creating a histogram in Excel. It's much faster in StatCrunch, and you'll likely use that for this type of problem.